Hi everyone, I'm Zenitude on Etsy. I am an indie dyer and I really enjoy dyeing yarn and fiber. I'm also an avid knitter, spinner, and hopefully one day soon a weaver as well. Just want to show you the thrum kits I have in my Etsy shop at the moment. I have the fleece and the yarn coordinated. So I have this wonderful orange bright color and purples. This one has turquoise and this one is a blue with a lavender fiber braid. I'd like to show you today how to make your thrums and how to insert them in your knitting. So usually you will have, your fleece will be braided, sometimes not, but this one is braided, and you'll be taking your braid apart. I would recommend you separate it in two so that you're sure to have equal amounts for both of your mittens. So here's what it looks like when it's been unbraided. First thing to do is to pull a section off of this. You always pull, you never use scissors on fiber, so you just pull about a 6-inch section. This is a little bit more, but that's okay. I like to divide that sometimes in 2 or 3, depends on the thickness, just to make it a little bit more manageable. At this point, what you will do is gently pull on the fiber. You'll see they're moving about an inch and a half. And what will happen when you do that is you're going to fluff it up for one thing. You're going to thin it out as well and have it the width that you really need it for thrums in your mitten. I go over it once and I usually come back and I'll check for any thick spots and just work on those just to even things out a little bit. As you can see, my 6-inch piece has now become maybe 3-4 times that length. The goal of the thickness now, when you twist it like this, you want it to be about the same width as your yarn, preferably going a little thicker than your yarn. I like it thicker, it makes it that much more fluffy inside my mitt. You don't want it overly thick because then it will distort your knitting too much and it won't really be good. You'll probably run out of fiber as well. Once that is done, you pull off about a 6-inch section. You will bring both ends together towards the center, overlap them slightly. This way you have a loop. Pinch the loop in the center to create a figure eight more or less, and roll, gently roll in between your hands. What you want really is the center the fibers in the center to grab to each other. It'll make it that much more easier to knit, and it will look good on the outside of your mitt. So the center part will be on the outside of your mitt while the loops will be inside your mitt, keeping your hands toasty warm, I can guarantee you. So it happens that my 4 fingers are about a 6-inch circumference. So I use that as a guide. I just pull off a section, the ends towards the center, pinch the middle like this, gently roll it in between your hands. I like to use the edge of my hand as you just saw me do. That's all you need really. It's the centers that you want to really connect to each other. So in a very short time, you'll see that you'll be able to make quite a few of these. I usually take an evening or two, and I will make a big pile, put them in a basket or a bowl, have them ready for when I'm knitting. You'll find that an average adult mitten will require close to 150 of these thrums, but you can make them quite fast, so don't worry, don't panic. There you go. So this was done from a small section of that braid, and that's all there is to that. Now to insert them in your knitting. Here I've started a mitt and I've got my cuff done, as you can see. I've also inserted a waste yarn for an afterthought thumb that I will be coming back to later. And at this point, I'm ready to do another row of thrums. As you can see, it's quite fluffy inside. It's going to be very nice and very warm. So the first, I have to knit the first stitch before I start a thrum. Now, your next stitch is going to be a thrum stitch. I'll just set myself up a little better here. What you're going to do is insert your needle inside, underneath that stitch, in the stitch below. All right, so the previous row, you're going to insert your needle in that stitch, take a thrum and fold it over your needle, pull it through that stitch as this, and then knit the next stitch on the needle. To complete it, you will pass the thrum over that knitted stitch, give it a little tug just to firm it up, and there you go. Your thrum is inserted. I will knit 3 stitches, and here I am again, ready to insert another thrum. So again, you insert your needle in the stitch below, fold the thrum over your needle, pull it through, there you go, and then I proceed just to, as I would, I knit the next stitch, pass the thrum over, give it a little tug, and there you go. So it's that simple, really. What I like about this technique is that everything is done on one row. I don't need to do something else on the second row. My thrum is anchored when I pass it over the knitted stitch and pull it through like that. It's very well anchored. It won't move from there. And that's all there is to it. I really hope that you'll make yourself a pair. You're going to enjoy them tremendously if you do. What happens with these thrums on the inside is over time they will felt together as you wear your mitten and really create a very, very warm fabric on the inside. So that's all there is to it. I hope you'll give it a try and let me know how this video works for you. Thank you. Bye.